Az does have some higher tech this time, so he does have the thermal lance researched, and he does have 3 Colossus up. So when Maefor moves out, he's going to hit those Colossus, and they may be able to take down the Marines and Marauders unless he micros well. Looks like 2 more Colossus. He's going to have 5 shortly. And no big attacks here. Besides the early Reaper play, we haven't seen any sort of engagement. Almost 17 minutes into this game. So it's going to be a long one. I'd like to see aggression on the part of one of the players. Look at the unit count. Now 11 Zealots, 5 Colossus, and 11 Stalkers, compared to the 13 Marauders, 7 Medevacs, 16 Marines, 3 Ghosts, and it looks like we're creating a nuke here, or it's been created. And we also have Ghost cloaking. So Maefor may be using these Ghosts or nukes. He could drop into the back of the base here, though there are cannons up, so Az has good detection. Both bases have good detection here. Az getting up a fleet beacon, so we may see some carriers in this game. Az going for tier 3 units here. Maefor just sticking to the MMM and see if these medevacs drop anywhere. They're all loaded up. Can't seem to make up their minds as where they're going. Az is going to throw down a 3rd base. Again, with just 33 harvesters, these bases are not going to do much unless you saturate them. Maefor going to drop and perhaps take down these destructible rocks, start a 3rd base here. So he hasn't yet started the command center. It's kind of like to see the command center start up pretty soon, and then the rocks taken down just in time. There goes the command center. So both players working on their 3rd bases, but again, Maefor has a distinct advantage in the number of harvesters. So Az needs to keep pushing out these harvesters, get this gas fully saturated. Look, this was his first gas. Looks like he only has 2 on each, his main base here. Again, gas can take 3 workers. Az does have his units kind of split, protecting both bases. And Maefor has no clue that this 2nd base exists. Maefor now doing a drop in the back of Az's main. So see what kind of damage he can do here. He needs to keep these medevacs in the back, away from those cannons. Az not yet reacting to this attack. So again, sort of late reaction, just grabs his army now. Maefor's going to come in, try to focus down this Nexus like he did the last time. Az is going to be able to take down these units with the Colossus. Going to try to get out of here, Maefor is, with these medevacs before the Colossus can take down Marines and Marauders. He's going to lose 2 full medevacs. Maefor kind of wishes he had taken down the empty one there, but he did a little bit of damage, took down a pylon, cannon, a few workers, and didn't hurt Asgeroth too much. But Asgeroth does know what kind of army Maefor has now, and he knows he's at an advantage. He probably should push out soon here, at least poke Maefor's front door. Maefor does have 6 Vikings now, so they're going to be great against these Colossus. Though with these Stalkers here, if they focus down the Vikings, the Colossus are going to be able to wreak havoc on the Marines and Marauders. We haven't seen Maefor do anything with these Ghosts yet. They do have 2 nukes, actually, and full energy, so he needs to cloak these guys and get them into Asgeroth's base. He could sneak up the front ramp here, come into the back, and just nuke the Nexus here and take down most of Asgeroth's workers. Asgeroth has his 3rd base up, as does Maefor. Maefor needs to do a big transfer here, start getting SCVs to that gold expansion. He did finally build an orbital command in his main. He needs to build an orbital command at both of these expansions as well. He could be calling down 8 mules right now, all over these minerals, and just spike minerals crazy. See people with 2,000 minerals per minute once they get the mules working on those gold expansions. Right now, Asgeroth has a decent lead in minerals. Looks like about 900 to 600 some. So army-wise, Asgeroth is ahead as well, 5,700 to 4,400. He really needs to push out and press this advantage. If he allows Maefor to get up into tier 2 or tier 3 units, if Maefor can get some tanks out, perhaps some Thors, he's going to be able to take Asgeroth's army down. So I'd like to see some aggression on Asgeroth's part here, or even Maefor. He could get back into this by doing some drops on this base or this base. Asgeroth doesn't have much of a force here. One of the advantages of the MMM strategy is that you're very mobile with these medevacs. Asgeroth's going to have to go from left to right with his big army to defend the 2 bases on the right here, which have very important structures. The robotics bay is going to allow him to get more Colossus out. He's got a fleet beacon, Stargate, so Asgeroth rallying his units up here may want to check for some sort of hidden expansion or keep these units out of sight in case Maefor does a scan on this base. Again, Asgeroth training more probes. If we look at the income tab, up to 40 harvesters on 3 bases, and Maefor has 55 on 2 mining bases at this point. Maefor should have done a transfers. You see all these SCVs here could be on the gold minerals, so he could be having much higher income. And like to see some sort of aggression on the part of either of these players. Just sort of macroing up now. Army is getting very massive, 6,800 to 5,600, 183 to 157. Maefor has got a good many Vikings here, which are going to be able to counter these Colossus. Asgeroth just gets up a mothership. Oh wow, didn't see that in production. So he might have been waiting for this. We might see his attack move out. Does he see this drop here? Looks like his mothership's going to cloak all these units. Maefor's going to have to pull back. These Vikings could try to focus down this mothership and take it out. It'd be a huge blow for Asgeroth. Maefor's going to do a drop here. Not really sure about this, especially with that mothership there. And on Asgeroth's home turf, I'd probably wait for Asgeroth to attack, get the home field advantage, be able to support with units as you create them. Maefor didn't do a full drop. Some of these units still in the medevacs here. The mothership's about to be focused down by the Vikings. The only thing they can see, but these Colossus are ripping apart these Marines and Marauders, and the Stalkers can be focusing down these Vikings just as soon as the Marines and Marauders are dead. And it looks like Maefor just lost his whole army there. The mothership has cloaked all those units long enough that he was able to take down the Marines and Marauders, and then the Stalkers were able to clean up those Vikings before they could take down too many of the Colossus. And if we look at the army tab now, 7,400 to 1,000. Asgeroth just needs to move out. This game should not last any longer. Maefor's got crazy saturation going on. It is his gold expansion now, moving in more SCVs. We've got 2 pages of SCVs. We got 33 SCVs working at this this gold expansion. As now collecting his army together, bringing his void rays and his carriers down to meet his main army. Maefor is working on a hidden expansion here across the way. It's going to be his 4th. Asgeroth just needs to push out. He's got a much larger army. He only stands to lose if he doesn't move out with this army. Some sort of trick, maybe a nuke on his army, or Maefor getting out some tier 3 units, getting up some bunkers. He just needs to push out here. He needs to collect these units as well. Can't forget about those. So we're going to do a little bit of fast forwarding here until we see some sort of action. Maefor trying to macro up again, getting a bunch of Marauders, which will be great against those Colossi. They have a little bit more health, and they do bonus damage to armor 22, compared to the Marines, which are only going to do 7 damage. Looks like Asgeroth's finally going to move out here. His mothership's caught up, so he's going to have all of his units cloaked. Needs to move these units to his army, collect them, and attack all together here. I'm going to slow it down for this final attack. No blink on the Stalkers, so he's not going to be able to pop up here. He's going to give away his position a little bit here by attacking, so Maefor knows that he's about to get rolled by this army. He needs to wait for this mothership to cloak his units. Maefor is moving up before the mothership can get there, so there's not much cloak. Here comes the cloak. It's going to cloak half the army. He needs to move his mothership into a better position, but he just has so many units. He's going to be able to take down with these Colossus all these Marines Marauders. He's going to suck in about half the army of Maefor there. He's actually going to lose a lot of his own army to this this mothership using the vortex. So most of Asgeroth's army is in this vortex. Not really sure he meant to do that. That stays up for the full duration and will suck in units the whole time. Maefor gets up 2 Thors, too little too late. He's on mostly tier 1 units there, going against these tier 3 units of Asgeroth when he dropped into the back of his base, and that's all she wrote. Asgeroth could have moved out a little bit faster there, and both players made some mistakes. Hopefully they can improve upon for Game 3. It's going to be exciting to have Game 3 here. So whoever wins the next game is going to move on into the next round of the SC StarCraft 2 tournament. So that was a fun long game. Wanted to see a little bit more aggression on the part of both players, but big macro game. They corrected a few of the mistakes they made in the first game, so hopefully this third game is a good one. Look forward to casting it, and look forward to you guys all watching it, and thanks for watching.